Next question. Is there a best time of year to retire? And I love this question because I get it all the time. So Mike Gold 9278 says, another great episode. Thank you. Is there a time of year that is the most beneficial to retire? And then the second part of this is really what caught me. Does it make sense to wait to your birthday? And by default, people often will wait to their birthday. Now, if you're part of a defined benefit pension plan, sometimes it's your birthday that is actually the trigger point for when things roll over. Sometimes it's the anniversary when you started there. Sometimes it's January 1st. So it can vary. But is there a beneficial time of year? Yes, I would say there is typically. You want to look at, like, if you have a large income and when you leave your employer, if you get a buyout, maybe you have bank vacation or whatever it is, bank time that you're going to get paid out on, retiring at the end of the year will be very costly because you've had a full year of income and then you're going to get a lump sum before the end of the year. So if you're someone that's going to get a lump sum when you leave your job, you probably want to leave in the first quarter of the year. That financially, that probably will make the most sense. Don't target your birthday. That almost always makes no sense at all. Target seasonally when you want to retire. I always say, like, if all things are equal, when would you, like, what do you want to do in retirement? Oh, well, I want to learn how to play tennis. Well, don't retire in September or October because unless there's a good indoor facility near you, because it just doesn't add up. So I think typically the big decision financially will come around people that get some sort of severance or payout or lump sum when they retire. Other than that, it's more lifestyle, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. Like those points that you make are certainly points to consider. But even if there's some reason I want to retire November 1st, for example, I'm giving my notice here, Adam, by the way, we've got 6 weeks to deal with this or something like that. If I want to retire on November 1st.
What's the new podcast name, Brett?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then and I'm going to get a lump sum payout or whatever, but there's a really good reason I'm retiring November 1st. I don't know what it would be. Like there's this awesome trip that I planned 5 years ago or something like that. Then don't let taxes or age or whatever or time of year dictate your retirement. Let it inform your retirement. Okay, so if I retire November 1st, I'm going to pay $30,000 more of taxes than if I retired January 15th next year. Is what I'm about to plan to do worth $30,000 more of taxes, and how much does it affect my plan? And if the answer is no, November 1st is more important, bam, gone, November 1st. So certainly be informed by it, but don't allow it to dictate exactly what you do, because I think the memories of what you're trying to accomplish, learning tennis or whatever, is going to far outweigh, unless it's going to be very costly, it's going to far outweigh whatever mathematical impacts that it could have.
Yeah, and if you retire in the second half of the year, typically, you have to remember, like, if you've been living on your paycheck month to month to month, and then you retire, you need to now draw income. Like, have you prepared for that? Is it going to drive up? Like, the year that you're retiring, at the beginning of that year, or even at the end of the year before, you need to sit down with your financial planner and really map it out. Like, not just the timing of your retirement, but when you do retire, where's your income coming from? Should it be from a taxable source or a non-taxable source? All these, there's a lot of moving parts in the year you retire. So again, just make sure you have that conversation and a good, financial breakdown with your financial planner to make sure that, oh, should I retire? I'm just going to pull out of my RSP. That may or may not be the best decision. Maybe you pull out of your TFSA and then top it up the following year with other accounts. So a few moving parts. So whenever you do retire, just make sure you have a plan on where's your income coming from for the rest of that year after you retire.
Yeah. And ideally, I tell people, if you can give your advisor or planner a 3 to 5 year window, it's not always possible. But if you sitting there going, yeah, you know what, I think in 5 years when I'm 62, I'm going to retire. Can we start working towards that? You can always change that, but that's a lot better than coming 6 months before and going, you know what, I've decided to retire at 62. What do we need to do? Just more flexibility and options the longer time frame you got.
Exactly.